So for me, like I said before, you know, we send experiments out in space, we measure it with telescopes, but this is a really personal experience where we get to do a real scientific experiment with these celestial bodies and see something that we normally have to expend a lot of effort and technology to do. So it's really special to be able to see that and see the outer atmosphere of the sun that way.
So, and along those lines, and I mentioned this because we do in my business watch the chronograph 24/7, and just to see this nature doing it first. It's going back in 2017 for that eclipse. I went out to Nebraska with my grandkids, and I had them standing beside me, looking up at and I just didn't appreciate how much they'd appreciate it. And they were just inspired when they saw it. And these kids said, we talked about it a little bit earlier, how it's, for so many people, it's an academic pursuit, right? You read about it, but then you experience it and what it does to you. It happened even to 8-7-year-old kids, grandkids of mine, and it happened my first eclipse when that 2017 event. And my wife and I made a commitment then that we would chase the eclipse. Upon retirement, that is, right? But yeah, I want to, that's what it did for me and meant to me when I saw that. And in fact, when I do retire, I want to see where those eclipses are occurring, hopefully nice places around the world, and head out to see them.
Yeah, I'll say for me personally, I've seen several partial eclipses and an annular eclipse. This is my first total solar eclipse, so it's wonderfully special for me in that regard. And I'm really, really excited to be able to see it and experience what I've heard is an amazing thing. So all positivity, no clouds. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. It'll be great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I have never seen an eclipse. So I was in South Carolina with the NASA crew in 2017, and it was cloudy, so we didn't get to see the corona. But if we are cloudy, it's okay. It's still an experience that's worth having. It is really, really neat when it gets dark and quiet and everything changes. And to share that experience with so many people is what's really unique about this eclipse for me. It's not just a local isolated group in the middle of nowhere, which would be an experience all on its own, but this is hundreds of millions of people, right? And we all get to have a piece of it. And so for me, that's what's really, really cool about this one.
Yeah, I can only repeat that it's very much a personal experience, but also it's the inspiration. And I cannot say about eclipse because I didn't see a solar eclipse when I was young, but I do remember, I come from the northern parts of Europe, so when I was 6 years old on an evening walk with my parents, I saw Aurora for the first time in my life. And I literally ran home to look at the encyclopedia of, what is Aurora? And I do remember that those days, a few years ago, there was no Google at that point in time. The encyclopedia said that we don't really truly know what's causing this phenomenon. Okay, now I'm leading the office whose task is to actually observe the aurora and forecast the aurora. So I think there is a sort of a connection with inspiration to your career in the future.
This will also be my first total solar eclipse, and as they've alluded to, just being able to experience the phenomenon with all of it. On a personal standpoint, this type of forecasting is something I've never had to pay as much attention to. I don't think I will ever have to spend as much time forecasting clouds as we are with this, and what types of clouds and the exact types and will they break or not. So it's a unique experience in that way, and one that probably will be once in a lifetime forecast event for us on that level.
So I don't recall I know I haven't paid attention to a lot of eclipses in my life. So this is the first one for me that I'll be paying attention to, mainly because one, it's so unique. Two, we're hosting it here at Coppermine Stadium, which we're very excited to do. Once again, thank you, NOAA and NASA, National Science Foundation. But also, on a personal note, my wife is bringing my son, who's 3 years old. So we're really excited to have him be a part of this event. So I'm looking forward to sharing this moment with him. So hopefully.